OK, it's a cliche, but it really was a game of two halves at the Victoria Ground. All Hartlepool in the opening 45 minutes. Tony Sweeney setting up Adam Boyd for the opener after 4 minutes. His second goal in as many matches. And it was Sweeney himself on the scoreboard shortly afterwards, punishing a lapse in the Swindon defence with a superbly placed lob. It didn't look like a happy return to the northeast for former Pools boss Danny Wilson, but the Robins manager made a double substitution in the second half, and one of the new boys, Thomas Dusavi, gave the visitors a lifeline, his first goal in English football. 2 minutes later, the other sub, Vincent Perricard, inadvertently set up Charlie Austin, and last season's 20-goal scorer did what he does best. Hartlepool now hanging on, hopefully for a point. Even that looked to be beyond them as a rampant Austin almost found an unlikely winner. A first point of the season for Swindon, and so nearly Hartlepool's first defeat.
Hate to use the term, but this was a game of two halves at Victoria Park. Swindon have lost their last 4 games, and it didn't look good for them when Hartlepool scored after just 4 minutes. Andy Monkhouse, Adam Boyd and Anthony Sweeney combining well for Boyd to eventually put it away. Hartlepool's second came just a few minutes later. It seemed to come from nowhere when Sweeney put up a high lob over keeper David Lucas. But whatever it was Danny Wilson said at half-time worked for Swindon. They came back more positively and scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. The first from Thomas Dusavi, who Swindon signed from Nantes. The second came from a long ball which Simon Ferry knocked to Charlie Austin. 2-2. Austin's second of the season. Bet Swindon are pleased they took him off a building site last year to sign him as a pro. Boosted by the equaliser, the Robins could have won the game late on, but 2-2 it stayed, and both sides remain without a win this season.
Swindon's trip to Hartlepool saw Robins boss Danny Wilson return to the club he led to promotion to League One in 2007. His old club were a goal up early on at the Victoria Ground. Tony Sweeney setting up Adam Boyd for the opener after only 4 minutes. Boyd's second goal in as many matches. Charlie Austin is now Swindon's main goal threat after the departure of Billy Painter during the summer. He was on the lookout for a second of the season, but Scott Flinders would keep Austin at bay, for the first half at least. Having set up the opener, Sweeney himself got on the scoreboard shortly afterwards, punishing a lapse in the Swindon defence with a superbly placed lob. Swindon pressed to get back into the match. Flinders again on top form to deny first Austin and then John Paul McGovern. Pools boss Chris Turner would have his keeper to thank again before half-time. Michael Rose with the free kick, Flinders preserving the 2-goal cushion. It didn't look like it would be a happy return to Hartlepool for Danny Wilson, but he made a double substitution in the second half, and one of the new boys, Thomas Dusavi, gave the visitors a lifeline, his first goal in English football. 2 minutes later, the other sub, Vincent Perricard, inadvertently set up Austin, and last season's 20-goal scorer did what he does best. 2-2, Hartlepool now hanging on for a point. Even that was almost beyond them, as Austin nearly found an unlikely winner. A first point of the season for Swindon, so nearly Hartlepool's first defeat.